Hello and welcome. Hopefully you've got to plant some seeds in a plastic baggie or in a jar with some wet, moist paper towels pressed up against the glass. That way you can see the seeds sprouting, or also called germinating. So today let's get started with drawing our seed. I'm going to draw a half a circle with brown. And that's going to be part of our earth, where the seed's going to be planted down underneath the ground. Okay, and then I'm going to add more like an oval with the yellow above it. And that's just going to represent like the sunshine and the warmth for the seed that it needs to germinate. We know most of the seeds are laying inside the earth through the winter, and then spring comes about and the sun warms the earth and the little seeds warm up, and the sunshine's coming out to warm up the earth, and the little seed is ready to start germinating. So here I'm going to add some browns and different colors, because the earth, if you look at the colors of the soil, the dirt, it's all different kinds of colors. So this is just the part down here that represents the earth, and you can use different colors to kind of smear it all together to create your soil. I'm going to add a little bit of a half an oval shape, and that's going to be where the seed is going to be planted. And I'm going to take some more of my yellow just to brighten it up a bit, to represent more of the sun, get more of a feeling of the springtime actually. You can take your fingers and smear it out and kind of make it all go together. The little seed is full of energy, and it's amazing how inside of that seed it contains all the energy that plant needs to get its start toward the growing process. It's underground, and it doesn't have the sun at first, right? So it has to blend to make its own food from that stored energy inside of that seed. And so we are going to plant the seed with hopes that it's not too deep, so that it will be able to push its way up through the earth and into the sunlight. So I'm taking a little lighter color here and just kind of bringing out that area of where the seed is going to come up above, push up above the earth. Okay, and down below, let's put a seed that has already been starting to open. And so we'll draw could be like a walnut seed, acorn, pecan seed, or bean seed. Pretty much all seeds will break the seed coat that's around it open and swell, and then the roots will start to come out. So let's use browns and different browns for the seed, and then a white to start bringing down some roots. And then we will also start pushing up with the little leaves that will start coming up. And we're using white under the ground because, well, there's no need for photosynthesis to happen, which we'll learn about more later, underneath the ground, so they don't need to be green. And then we'll add the green. We'll find the plant and add the green. And I'm going to have the green part move over to where it gives a perception that of depth in the picture. And then we'll bring the little stem up, and we'll add some little, like 3 little leaves to the little sprout. You can use different color greens and give the sprout some bright little leaves. Once the roots and the stem part starts coming out of the seed, that is the point of when the seed is considered that it has germinated. Okay, so if conditions are just right, the moisture's right, the warmth is just right, once the little sprout comes above ground, though, it reaches for the light, and it will start opening up its little leaves and start growing toward the growing process of our whatever plant it is. So that little seed, it doesn't matter how big the seed is. Like a seed could be really small and become like these giant sequoia. Okay, and from here I'm going to add this little white line that's going to kind of represent where it's coming up out of the earth, and bring some little lines toward me. Again, that just adds some depth to the picture. You can come in with some white and a little bit of light browns, because underneath the plant also you may have a little shade. It kind of gives it a little more depth. So let's smear out the edges of the ground, and here we're just going to add a little bit of white to the seed and the roots, going with a little more detail, just to add color to your picture. And then we'll take some black and we can kind of maybe highlight some of the roots and some of the seed with some black. We're going to be dissecting a seed soon, so we'll be learning more about the seed and what's inside of the seed. Some of these parts that are coming out you'll get to see when we dissect the seed. Okay, so the black is just adding maybe a little bit of where shadows would be. It gives a little line of where the seed is popping up out of the ground. And you can go in and you can add different colors, maybe to represent the grass. Everything in the spring is starting to green up. Spring is my favorite season of the year, and I think green is probably my favorite color just because it represents the weather is warming up, and everything's coming into, starting to grow and become alive. In the winter time, you can kind of picture like all the seeds just resting under the ground, like as if they had any light to them, they would be kind of like looking at the night sky, yet, underground. It would just be lit up everywhere with little lights, seed lights. They're just patiently waiting for the sun so they can sprout and come to life. You can add a little bit of grass to your picture, and maybe some grays and browns for representing rocks in the soil. Just take your time and add extra color. If some of your colors have faded out to your part of the stems or the roots, you may want to come in and add more green grass. Just add the details that make your picture your own, something that you would be proud of to add to your main lesson book. Once you've done, you'll be having this little sprout. It's so green that has came out of the earth. And the seeds are designed to be full of energy. It's a powerhouse, like I said, like a snack to get the plant started. You can go back and add more color to the sky and anywhere you want to add more color. Just have fun. And make sure what is showing up here is that the seed is opening up, where it's showing its energy to allow the sprout to grow and push through the earth and start its growth process. It's becoming a full plant. Well, I look forward to seeing your final work, and I hope to see you in the next lesson where we will explore seeds even more. Okay, see ya.